Some of you may not have realized that I'm not part of the club.
The way I eat, the way I sleep, I have to understand that. Now, if he's willing to pay that price, there's a price to be paid for greatness. There's a price to be paid for success. And if you're not willing to pay that price, you don't deserve to be successful. You don't deserve to be great.
You're gonna drop some bombs. Tick on that.
If they ever said something about me, take it to the bank.
The bank. You are the North Star for athletes.
But I'm three different people. ESPN First Take on Club Shay Shay, and I'm Shannon Sharpe that you see on Nightcap.
I mean, it's really hard to say who has the most power. It's some very powerful entities out here.
Ice Cube has recently dropped some big news that could really shake up Hollywood and revealed why the organization is canceling Shannon Sharpe. The rapper from Straight Outta Compton, known for his no-nonsense honesty, shared these jaw-dropping details during a live Q&A with his fans. What I realize with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of it, he said in his video. Shannon Sharpe has been receiving a lot of jabs lately, and we'll get down to the bottom of all this in today's video. So let's explore this Hollywood mess a little bit more, as I've got a lot of tea to spill. But of course, before we go any further, make sure first that you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell for more updates and videos like this. Now let's get going.
We have Kevin Hart right on after you.
Owe me some money.
Actually? Oh, we're gonna tell him.
Tell him you owe me $1.
It's almost as if Cat chose you.
He did.
Cause Cat don't.
He done do it. Kim, I've been trying to line Cat up for a year. People don't know this, but Cat doesn't like to fly. He normally takes the bus pretty much everywhere he goes.
There ain't none. You would have to have range.
Well, I mean, we ain't even got.
I'm not fueled by alcohol. I've had a sip, less than you. The truth don't need motivation. I'm just saying I can't let these dudes lie.
Sources who were supposedly on the live stream say the legendary rapper and actor talked about some tough issues in the black community. He pointed out how some people seem unhappy when their fellow black folks succeed and how they often don't help each other out but are quick to bring each other down. He used Shannon Sharpe as an example and revealed who's been behind the recent attacks on the podcast host. What I want them to do when I say work with us is to stop working against us. Stop doing that behind the scenes that we know you're doing. Ice Cube continued. I mean, the truth is always good. The truth is always good for the soul. You know what's done in the dark will come to light, Ice Cube emphasized.
What club am I talking about? I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all got to deal with.
Ice Cube named several people he believes are behind the attacks on Shannon Sharpe's brand. He suggested that these attacks might not be based on legitimate criticisms, but rather on a desire to see Sharpe fail. Stay tuned as I dive into all the details about Shannon Sharpe and the controversy surrounding his brand.
And you know how they been with that. I done made it, plain, simple, and clear. What they've been doing, the NBA.
It's clear now that Shannon Sharpe and his brand, Club Shay Shay, are facing serious backlash. Numerous comedians and industry figures have openly targeted Shannon, and this shouldn't come as a shock. Cat Williams had already given him a heads up. After Cat's fiery interview on Club Shay Shay at the start of the year, he warned Shannon that some people would start coming after him. It's starting to look like Cat Williams was right. Many people, including some who had agreed to appear on Club Shay Shay, are now attacking Shannon Sharpe. Fans have various theories about why this is happening to one of the biggest podcasters of 2024. Some believe Shannon isn't genuine and is just in it for the money, not caring about the black community. They think he's more interested in boosting his own image than supporting black excellence. According to them, he's greedy, prioritizing his own gain over everything else, and letting his guests make unchecked and unverified claims.
Well, why would he lie? I don't know why liars lie. If we're talking about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we're talking about comedy.
Some people think that Shannon Sharpe's attackers are feeling threatened by his rapid rise and are trying to bring him down. They see his success as a threat to their own status and are willing to do anything to damage his brand and legacy. Sharpe has said he wants to create a platform like BET to give black entertainers a voice, but some view that as a threat to their own fame. Interestingly, they've started targeting his orientation to hurt him the most. They're accusing him of being a closeted gay man. One of the first to make this kind of claim was Mike Epps. In one of his stand-up routines, Epps joked that Sharpe wore tight pants because he was part of the Rainbow Club, and said he turned down an invite to Sharpe's show because he didn't want the host staring at him. Mike Epps explained why he's taking shots at Shannon Sharpe. He claimed that Sharpe tried to get Cat Williams to make negative comments during his appearance on Club Shay Shay. Epps said he had no issues with Cat since they had a great working relationship on the set of Friday After Next.
Shannon Sharpe called me trying to do an interview. I said, no, Medea, I ain't doing no interview. So you can sit across and look at my sit down.
He thought Sharpe was being fake deliberately, trying to stir up drama and then laughing about it. Mike felt Shannon was just trying to boost his own numbers and make money, not caring about who got hurt in the process. Not one to back down, Shannon Sharpe responded in his usual fiery manner, and even challenged Mike Epps to a physical showdown. He called Epps a liar for saying that Sharpe was begging for an interview, insisting that it was actually Epps who reached out first. Sharpe then dared Epps to meet him at the NBA All-Star Weekend and repeat the statements he made on stage.
See it in the chat. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
I don't know who you're talking about, but I'm with you.
Say my name again, and I'm gonna release the DMs because you're lying.
Yeah.
You said I reached out to you to come on Club Shay Shay, and you a full lie. Now, when I see you, I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see if you about that.
Say my name again, and I'm gonna release the DM because you're lying. You said I reached out to you to come on Club Shay Shay, and you lied. Shannon was visibly angry as he made those statements. Sharpe knew he was bigger and stronger than Epps and felt confident he could win in a street fight, which is why he threw down the challenge. True to form, Mike Epps didn't shy away from responding. He stuck to his earlier claims about Sharpe's orientation, saying he didn't know any man who would go by the name Shay unless he was gay. Epps questioned why Sharpe wanted to fight him, specifically when there were plenty of others who made jokes about him. He also admitted that he was the one who reached out first.
Now, I know Shay Shay. I don't know what grown-ass man got a name named Shay Shay, but I know this grown man is not mad at me. So many people talk crazy about you. They was on Saturday Night Live talking about you, imitating you, but now you want to fight me?
You want to say what you've been saying on trying to get some jokes because you got mad because Cat Williams did what he did. Now, when I see you, I'm gonna see if you really about that.
Yeah, and when I see you,
no. I'm gonna see if him talking all that.
Yeah.
When it one of them tight ass leather pants, trying to be funny.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna see if you're about that.
Yeah.
Say my name again.
Mike Epps said he sent Sharpe a DM because Sharpe brought up his name during the interview with Cat Williams. Epps explained that Sharpe was trying to get Cat to say something outrageous about him, but Cat didn't take the bait. In response to Sharpe's challenge for a physical altercation, Epps said he'd see Sharpe at the All-Star game. He then threatened to use a few bullets if Sharpe ever approached him.
I felt bad about it, and I wanted to meet up with him and personally look him in the face and tell him that I was sorry. I wanted to show these kids that, guess what, no matter how I felt about him and how he felt about me, that guess what, this don't have to end in violence.
You know, there's only one other option. If you don't fight, you do blank.
Many fans criticized Mike Epps for threatening Shannon Sharpe's life over what they saw as a minor disagreement. They felt Epps should apologize for lying about Sharpe and calling him names instead of making threats. Some also thought Shannon's challenge to Epps was over the top and they should settle their differences. Fans believed the Epps-Sharpe feud was much ado about nothing and urged them to make peace. Thankfully, both men listened to their fans and decided to bury the hatchet. Shannon was the first to announce on social media that he and Epps were planning to make amends. After the heated confrontation, the two men had a 15-minute talk where they worked out their differences. Sharpe later shared a photo of them shaking hands. However, Epps didn't share his side of the reconciliation, which led many fans to think he might have been pressured into making peace. Despite this, the reconciliation didn't stop either comedians from going after Sharpe. The next comedian to take a shot at the Club Shay Shay host was Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin took a jab at Sharpe by suggesting that the podcaster was part of the LGBTQ+ community. He claimed that Cat Williams seemed uncomfortable during their interview and tried to avoid looking at Sharpe while he acted inappropriately.
And Club Shay Shay. Yeah, Shay Shay. Gay. I don't give a gay. Sitting there with them tight pants on.
Eddie also alleged that Sharpe's mannerisms while drinking during the interview hinted at his orientation. He further criticized Sharpe, saying that his lips looked like those of someone who had performed fellatio on another man. Many fans pointed out that Sharpe didn't say anything controversial during the interview. Instead, it was Cat Williams making wild allegations. They were puzzled as to why Sharpe was being attacked when the focus should have been on Cat. Others felt that since Sharpe was the hottest podcaster at the time, anyone looking for attention would target him. As usual, Shannon Sharpe responded, but this time his reply was calmer and more dignified.
People know I don't go everywhere. I'm not interested in talking to people. You've made a safe place for the truth to be told. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
In his polished response, Sharpe revealed that his sister had urged him to disregard the attacks and simply move on. She recalled their grandmother's advice imparted during her lifetime. According to their grandmother, engaging in a constant battle against the devil was futile, as it was an unending struggle. Instead, she advised them to selectively choose their battles. Taking this to heart, Sharpe decided not to respond to Eddie Griffin's accusations, viewing it as a skirmish he was unwilling to engage in. Instead, he resolved to let it go and focus on building his brand in the most effective way he knows how. Many fans praised Shannon Sharpe for his classy response to Eddie Griffin's unprovoked attacks. They pointed out that Griffin's name wasn't mentioned during the interview on Club Shay Shay, so his criticism seemed out of place. Fans urged Griffin to apologize to Sharpe and seek reconciliation. At first, Griffin was firm in his stance, but after facing significant backlash, he eventually gave in and issued a full apology to Shannon Sharpe. On his social media, the veteran comedian explained that after reflecting on his comments about Sharpe, he realized they were unjustified. He said his jokes were meant only for entertainment and were not intended to stir up trouble in the black community. Griffin stressed the importance of being careful with words in the workplace and advised others to choose their words wisely. Just as Griffin's apology settled, another comedian, Corey Holcomb, targeted Shannon Sharpe. Holcomb jumped in to defend Kyrie Irving after Sharpe had criticized Irving's performance in the NBA, attacking Sharpe in the process.
I think you don't like Kyrie because Kyrie is a heterosexual male.
Once again, Holcomb used the same insult or perhaps joke that other comedians had directed at Shannon Sharpe and later apologized for. He claimed Sharpe was bitter about Kyrie Irving's success and suggested Sharpe disliked Irving because he wasn't part of a certain group, the LGBTQ+ community. Holcomb criticized Sharpe for being resentful and even implied that Sharpe had an issue with faster players. This wasn't the only time Holcomb went after Sharpe. On another podcast, he took offense at Sharpe's refusal to invite him onto Club Shay Shay. Holcomb suggested that Sharpe avoided inviting him because of a past comment Holcomb made about Sharpe's friend who attended an NBA game with him. At the time, Sharpe attended the game with one of his brand ambassadors, D. Print. D. Print was known for showing off his personal style and had rumors swirling around that he was Shannon Sharpe's romantic interest. Some fans defended Sharpe, explaining that D. Print was a well-known social media influencer, and Sharpe was likely just using his reach to promote his brand. It's also possible that Sharpe wasn't aware of D. Print's associations and reached out to him purely for marketing purposes. However, not everyone accepted that explanation. Some believe that Shannon Sharpe knew exactly what he was getting when he signed D. Print and thought Corey Holcomb might have been right. Holcomb didn't stop there, though. He launched another harsh attack on Sharpe when a video of him getting out of a car went viral on the internet.
I think the reason Shannon Sharpe is hands off with Corey Holcomb because we joke about you came to the Laker game ain't your shit shining, boy. Them people looking at you from the other side.
And it looks, they're like, ooh.
All them people who about to go buy some wine.
Shannon Sharpe responded to Corey Holcomb in a radio interview. But first, he tackled the rumors that he had sold out the black community to achieve success. He pointed out that whenever a black man starts making money and gaining fame, people often spread rumors that he's betrayed the community. Instead of supporting him, the same community might try to bring him down. Sharpe also addressed the gay rumors brought up by Corey Holcomb, stating that he has nothing against gay people. Shannon Sharpe mentioned that the black community still struggles with accepting gay relationships, which is why accusations about someone being part of the alphabet community can cause such a stir. He said it's time for the community to accept and embrace gay people without judgment. Finally, Sharpe addressed Holcomb directly, saying he didn't respect him because he didn't find him funny. There's this one guy, he wants to come on my show, but I don't have any respect for him, and I don't think he's funny, so I don't really pay any attention to him, and he keeps it going.
Shannon, if I ever said something that went too far, I apologize, bro. I apologize. I don't want you to be all upset like that. I'm a silly.
Many fans once again praised Shannon Sharpe for his well-handled response to Corey Holcomb's constant attacks. They felt Sharpe had grown more mature since his earlier conflict with Mike Epps. Fans questioned why black people often have issues with their own who are doing well. They believed the attacks on Sharpe were unnecessary and hoped his community would stop targeting him. However, some fans began to question why people would attack Shannon Sharpe and then backtrack when he responded well. It seemed like there might be a deliberate effort to bring him down, but so far it wasn't working. It was almost as if someone or a group was secretly pulling strings or paying people to target him. The prevailing theory is that Hollywood elites are behind the attempts to undermine Sharpe. It might sound strange at first, but wait until you hear the reasons the conspiracy theorists are giving. First, Shannon Sharpe's podcast feels like a place where people go to reveal the darker side of the industry. Remember Cat Williams' famous interview earlier this year? It not only brought Shannon Sharpe into the spotlight, but also signaled to other industry insiders that Club Shay Shay was a safe space for airing grievances and exposing truths.
Tell the story.
That's right.
I will let you tell it.
No, you're
No,
the best.
I want you to tell it.
You really are the best. You proving it here today. As much as I'm proving it, you proving it. You proving it.
In that same interview, Cat Williams claimed that Diddy had offered him $50 million 4 times to do something he wasn't willing to do. He also said that 2024 would be the year when the big troublemakers in Hollywood would be exposed. He had a feeling that people would start revealing secrets, leading to investigations by law enforcement. These investigations would eventually lead to arrests and a big cleanup in Hollywood. Cat Williams told Shannon Sharpe, "Race isn't the issue here. It's about being on God's side or not, and we don't care about the other side. In 2024, all the big troublemakers will face consequences. It doesn't matter who you are, all lies will come out. And if someone takes that the wrong way, it's because they know the truth is coming."
No, not they offered him $50 million and he turned it down. Who gonna turn down $50 million? Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no.
Just as Cat Williams predicted, the FBI raided Diddy's homes in Miami and LA back in March and seized various electronic devices to aid their investigation. The raids uncovered a lot of evidence that backed up what many of Diddy's accusers had claimed. Sources close to the investigation say that authorities are working on a strong case against Diddy and have already questioned some witnesses and accusers. This is probably why the elites would want Shannon Sharpe's podcast to be shut down.
I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Kid, I need another one. You here, get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Come on.
Because early on you was accusing me of being...
Cat, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Then Monique appeared on the podcast and shared some serious claims about Tyler Perry and Oprah. She said that these two had blacklisted her in the industry and spread negative information about her to producers. Monique recounted 2 specific incidents where director Lee Daniels had told her he had a movie role lined up for her, only for Oprah to intervene and demand that role for herself.
Now, Taraji tore it up, baby. Listen here. However, I was offered that. Then Felita called me back and say, "Baby girl, they said you're too difficult to work with." But you hear on the audio that a man told David Talbert I was difficult to work with.
The part of the interview went quickly viral and was picked up by several gossip blogs. Many fans criticized Oprah for how she treated other black women in the entertainment industry. Monique's comments seemed to match what Taraji P. Henson had recently said about how the elite treat black women. Henson had just starred in The Color Purple, and during an interview about her role, she broke down in tears over the pay gap.
We don't do this alone. The fact that we're up is a whole entire team behind us.
Yes.
They have to get paid. So when you hear someone saying, "Oh, such and such made $10 million," no, that's not that didn't make it to their account.
And guess who was the producer of The Color Purple? Oprah Winfrey. In an interview on SiriusXM with Oprah's close friend Gayle King, Taraji P. Henson revealed that she almost left the film because the pay was too low. Henson took a long pause before breaking down in tears and said, "I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, and getting paid a fraction of what I'm worth. I'm tired of hearing my sister say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, "You work a lot." I have to. The math ain't mathin'. And you start working a lot. You have a team. Big bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone. It's a whole team behind us. They have to get paid. So it's clear why the elites might want to shut down the Club Shay Shay podcast. Shannon Sharpe has made it a safe space where people can openly share their truths and expose lies. They likely see this as a threat to their power and interests. It's possible they've hired people to try and bring down the podcast by spreading rumors about the host. According to some theorists, the reason they're attacking Shannon Sharpe is because the black community still frowns on gays and would quickly boycott the podcast if they knew that the host is a member of the rainbow community. However, so far, Sharpe has navigated those turbulent waters with tact and diplomacy. Hopefully, he will still be able to sail through the storm safely, creating a safe space for all and ensuring they can air out their grievances. But what are your thoughts on all this? Feel free to share your perspective in the comments below. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this.